खैरियत।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
कैसी है तबीयत?
मजे में।
मजे में।
कैसी है?
अरे ये कौन सी गाड़ी है रो?
नवी बोल के आई नहीं।
कब ली है?
ये लेके 1 महीना हो रहा।
वो छोटी साइज की है।
हाँ, मैं इज Khusro Khalu, by the way. Khusro Alamudi is my uncle, as in Khalujan, my mom's own sister's husband. So, as you can see, he's quite built up. I just want to show you guys how he would look on the bike. Please, आप एक राउंड मारिए, मेरे को देखना है कि गाड़ी कितनी छोटी दिखेंगी आप बैठे बाद।
चलती मैं चलाया तो
जल्दी 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 जल्दी
मिस्टर इंडिया
चलती।
क्या गेयर है इसको?
नहीं नहीं, गेयर्स नहीं है, गेयरलेस एक्टिवा के जैसी है सेम।
साउंड तो जबरदस्त है।
हाँ
हेलो
हाँ हाँ। पूरी मिनी राजदूत के जैसी है नहीं?
बहुत अच्छी है।
Hello YouTube, what's up all of you? Long time. Yep, I was busy riding and driving around as I had 2 new vehicles in the same week. I was pretty excited, to be honest with you guys. So today I am going to give you a good review of my Honda Navi, the 2016 Honda Navi, or the Indian Grom as I would like to call it. Grom on a budget. And this is my first vlog with my new camera, my secondary camera, the SJ5000X Elite. I'm not sure how clear my voice is. I'm still working around on the mic options, as even this one does not have an external microphone input at all, but it has a Sony sensor and also. Anyways, it was a good day today, so I thought I'll just head out and show you things about the bike. Now the first thing you notice about the bike is how tiny it is. It is tiny, yes, it looks tiny. It has a longer wheelbase than the Activa, but doesn't really look the part. Looks small because it has very smallish bike kind of dimensions. It's the headlight is like a Grom, the rear end is borrowed from a Honda Stunner, and every other thing. There are forks up front, unlike it's a telescopic front fork, and you have a 12-inch wheel up front and a 10-inch at the back. And getting the specs, it has an Activa 3G engine, the 110cc performer from Honda, the one everyone seems to love. It's really peppy, refined, and this bike is 10 kgs, almost 10 kgs lighter than the Activa, so it is much more flickable, and because of the telescopic forks you actually feel the difference a lot, as in a lot. So first things first, what I like about the bike, it is an attention seeker. Yes, it is. You park it somewhere, you'll find a swarm of people gathering around you. Stop at some signal where there are lots of people, you're gonna be asked thousands of questions. Gearless hai, isme gear hai kya, is this electric, blah 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 blah. And trust me, this thing gets more attention than my R6, and not even shitting you, man. Even chicks go crazy for this bike. Yes, they actually do. So I won't call it a moped because it looks exactly like a bike. It has a moped engine, but everything else almost is like a bike. And coming around to why I took so long to get the review out is because, number one, Honda is very selfish with the way they are handing out accessories. I mean, till now lots of showrooms didn't receive the stocks, but thanks to JSP Honda, and they helped me get my hands on some of the parts. I will just park the bike somewhere and show you around the bike in a bit. I actually wanted to do a review in traffic, as this bike is really flickable in traffic, but today is Friday, Jummah, so namaz time. I think everyone's gone for their prayers, and we're at Medipatnam in Banjara Hills. So anyhow, what I love about the bike, the suspension, man, it really makes a difference. I mean, the way it goes over bumps, potholes is unlike any other scooter. And even the engine, it's very peppy for a 110cc unit. And what I dislike about the bike, well, I don't dislike anything in particular. Yes, it looks a bit funny, but that's a part of getting a mini bike like this. I mean, if If you're if you're a very public shy person, then please, this bike is not for you, as it's going to turn heads everywhere it goes. And more than that, now the only thing which I'm having a problem with is, now Honda has always had problems with the forks on the Activa. On this, you know, the metal frame which joins the tank to the fork, I don't know if it even exists or it's just a little bit of a rod or something, I'm not sure, but to be honest, the bike seems a bit delicate. Yes, it does. And but the USP is there's no vibrations at all. Almost, it's very refined. The engine, of course, it's refined, but because of the absence of all the teeny mini plasticky bits, there is a hell lot of refinement. You don't get any squeaky or, you know, funny sounds when you say hit a pothole or, you know, hit a rough bump or something. The mileage I'm getting on this, I'm getting 60 kmpl, which is, to me, it's amazing, man. I mean, my ER6 and it barely gives me 20 in the city, like barely, and this thing is 60, is like thrice, you know, it's bloody good. It's really good. And for the fun it offers, I mean, this bike tries to bring out the hooligan in you every time, because it's very light, flickable, and, you know, you tend to go a bit overboard as well, because it's very flickable. It will take gaps which you didn't even think a bike would be able to take. I mean, if given in the hands of a street racer, this thing is lethal, man. I mean, I know there are lots of Dio stunters and all everywhere. You know, guys, you should get your hands on this. This is a freaking insane piece of machinery. So the filtering on this bike is, again, it's awesome. You can just go through traffic as if it's a joke, and that's what this bike is really made for. And it doesn't tire you out like the Activa and all the other gearless bikes, and of course you'll be enjoying lots of attention on the road. Now the only thing is, the bike, people say the bike looks like a Luna. Yes, it kind of does, but not really. The thing is the handlebar, which had to be changed. I mean, which has to be changed, but I didn't change the handlebar. I didn't want to be messing around with the dynamics of the bike, so I just put this little motocross thingy on my bike. Thanks to Mr. Hassan Ilyas Motosoul, a fellow vlogger. He's given me this as a gift, so, you know, it fits perfectly here. And, you know, the handle, there is a little metal strip connecting, which makes it look like a very awkward handle, but with this attached, it actually looks really nice. And then I have this piping, which was orange, but I painted it to golden and installed it on the bike. Looks really beautiful, makes the bike stand out a lot. Other than that, the switchgear quality, the fueling, everything is just so amazing. And I'm actually surprised at how Honda managed to price this at such a reasonable price. It's 41,000 EX showroom. It's roughly, what, 50k, even if you're paying full taxes, shit, everything. It's under 50,000, man. I mean, the Activa 3G is costing you around, what, 65, 68 in my city. And compared to that, this one is bloody good, man, trust me. The only funny part is you have this empty space below the tank, which makes it look very funny, in my opinion. But that can be fixed with a box. Honda is still working on the box's availability and pricing. I mean, there should be some third-party boxes which will come out soon, I guess. I'll pick them up as soon as I can. My plan was to do the review video once I get that box, but this is gonna be quite a lot of time before getting my hands on that. So I picked up all the other accessories. So what else? So up till now I've done close to 1100 kilometers on the bike, and that includes a little bit of highway riding as well. I went to the airport, and my friend took it for a spin to Novotel, that is again near the airport. And I must say, the sitting posture on this is really comfortable. I mean, this bike actually makes you feel like going somewhere long. I mean, the engine, it doesn't feel stressed even up till 60-70, but after that, you know, it's straining a bit. But cruising at 60 is really fun on this bike. I mean, the way Honda have designed it, it's a good street comfortable bike, but even on long distances, it's really comfortable. I wish Honda had made a variant with a more powerful engine. It would probably be a good option, but this is the first of its kind, and this bike is developed completely in-house by Honda India, which is, I mean, hats off, guys. You've done a very good job at, you know, Indianizing the concept of mini bikes. And we're not new to the concept of mini bikes. There was a bike called Bobby, the Mini Rajdut, before, and it was a 185cc 2-stroke 3-speed manual. But compared to that, yeah, I'll do a comparison review between this, the Luna, the TVS Hero Puch as it's called, and the mini Rajdoot, just so you guys can have an idea of, you know, how it fares and how it's different from all the other bikes. Trust me, it is very different. I mean, it might look like one, but riding this bike is a very different experience in itself altogether. And guys, anyone who's looking for a cooler scooter, you know, who doesn't want to spend much, and even price aside, it's a very good scooter. I mean, it up till now, yeah, I did hit a bit hard potholes and all, but it never showed me any signs of, you know, bad quality issues or something like that. It's really good. The front suspension makes a lot of difference in the ride quality. The mileage is good. Power, again, it's very, very you know, it's refined, yet it's very, very powerful, much powerful than an Activa or anything else. It's quite up there with the Vespas and all. And the flickability is, again, it's very lightweight, flickable. The way you sit on it, it's bloody good. Three places where you can put the key here. This one is for unlocking the seat. You have a small space where you can put all your documents. Second is the handle lock, which is situated here, more of like a Harley Davidson. There's a box which comes here, and that might have a separate key as well, I don't know. And this is just the ignition switch. Talking about pillion comfort, 2 people can easily sit on the bike, not 3 people. The foot pegs are okay, but the only problem is when the front person is riding, their feet might keep touching each other, you know, the pillion and the rider. Probably the only thing I wish Honda had done was, you know, include a fuel gauge, which they didn't. Absolutely, there's no reserve indicator either, but there's a reserve switch, as in the bike has a small tank of 3.8 liters, but to me it's not a problem at all, because, you know, it's got quite a huge range, even more than 200 kilometers on one full tank. I'm happy with that. But if your fuel level reaches to say like below 1 liter, that is 0.80 liters, this thing would go into reserve mode. I mean, you'll have to turn the knob and go into reserve, and that's your indication that, you know, you need to fuel up. I saw some of my friends back there. Anyhow, guys, point is very good bike. I think you should go for it. I'll keep posting lots of videos on this. I have quite a lot of videos lined up for you guys, so go ahead, pick this bike up. You still have to find faults in this. So see you guys, sayonara, bye bye.